Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. And now it is 2 in the morning. As you can see, it's exactly 2 a.m. I am currently preparing for my first night shift, which will start tomorrow. Yesterday I stayed up until 3:30 and then I fell asleep, and I woke up at 9 in the morning today. So it basically defeated the purpose because I really wanted to sleep as much as I could. I'm gonna try to be a little quiet because my family is sleeping. Obviously it's 2 in the morning, so I'm gonna not try to be super loud. But yeah, so I start my first night shift tomorrow night. So it's currently Sunday night and my first shift is Monday night. This video is basically just gonna be me trying to stay up and preparing for my first night shift. I'm sorry that my energy obviously isn't going to be all the way there. This is going to be as real as it gets. I'm filming on my iPhone. Like, this is just me trying to stay up and stay distracted. I kind of just wanted to chat with you guys and update you guys on what is happening right now. You know, I know that a lot of you guys were asking me if I was going to start night shift. When was I going to start night shift? And I am obviously going to be on nights. I have 2 more weeks with the preceptor, so this week and next week will be with the preceptor all night, and then after that I'm going to be basically on my own. As for how I feel being on nights, I'm excited to be on nights. I mean, I used to say that I wanted to start and work nights, but honestly you guys, like, this is rough. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I don't know how I'm going to completely flip like my sleep schedule. I'm the type of person that like goes to bed super early and wakes up early and like likes to enjoy and take advantage of my day. So like sleeping a day is going to be really hard for me, and then staying up all night by myself is like, obviously I'm struggling. I'm drinking coffee right now. That's what I'm doing. But anyways, this is kind of going to be a little update. I'm just going to be doing a mask and some skincare because I need something to keep me up. Don't want to lay in bed and watch any more TV because it makes me really sleepy. Because normally at night I watch TV right before I go to bed. So like whenever I watch TV at night, it's basically like telling my body it's time for bed. So I don't know if I've mentioned this to you guys before, but I do use a prescription acne product. I use Retin-A or tretinoin. If you have ever heard of it, it has to be prescribed by a dermatologist. I have showed you guys my skin before and kind of told you guys like my story on my skin if you consistently watch my videos. But guys, so I like to use very gentle products since that acne product is very rough on your skin basically. So my mask that I'm going to be using today is this TEAMI, if you can see, sorry, this TEAMI Detox Mask. And I absolutely love this mask. It's very gentle on the skin, but I feel like it still does work. It pulls a lot of oil from your skin. And since I use a lot of acne products, my skin does tend to get oily even though it's dry, because obviously it's trying to lubricate my skin. Right now, all that I'm using is just a soothing treatment lotion, kind of like a toner, and this one's just from The Ordinary. I'm showing you guys, not that this is really like me trying to teach you guys anything, but more of just telling you what I'm using. But I showed you guys this mask on Instagram before because it is my favorite mask at the moment, and I basically use it every single week. It's very gentle and you can actually really see it pulling oil from your skin. It's one of those masks that you put on and like you have dots all over your face because it's just pulling oil from every single one of your pores. Other than like the skincare and stuff, I wanted to kind of update you guys on how I'm feeling with my job. Like I said, I'm 2 weeks out from basically being on my own, and now I'm going to be starting nights. I feel like I haven't really accepted, I feel like I haven't really accepted the fact that I'm going to be working nights. By the way, this is what the mask looks like inside. It's kind of like clay. It's made of matcha, lemongrass, and clay, and it's such a fresh feeling. It's really thick. And you guys will see when I put it on what it looks like when it starts to dry. It's kind of gross, but I mean, I love visually seeing the difference, so I don't mind it. But I feel like I haven't really understood the fact that I'm going to nights. Like, it doesn't feel real. Like, you know, you hear all the time people working nights and stuff, and like I never imagined that I would, you know, end up working nights. And the reason why I'm working nights isn't particularly because I asked for it. It's just the position that was open on my unit. So me and my friend, the other intern on my floor, are gonna be both working nights. So I'm happy that we're both gonna be on nights, because at least like we get to work together. But lately how I've been feeling is I've been officially moved to 5 patients, and it's been interesting. I feel like I'm getting a lot better at time managing. That was like my biggest issue, and I know that I mentioned that in my last YouTube video where I like talked about my unit and how I'm feeling, is that I was really overwhelmed with the actual like time management, because with so many patients, and especially being on an oncology floor, if you guys don't know, I am an oncology nurse. It's really difficult to manage your time with absolutely everybody. Everybody has such different needs, physically and mentally, and you just want to be able to satisfy everybody's needs, especially with having such a high patient load. So it's really hard, because you know, you don't want your patients to have to call for you for their pain medicine, and then somebody wants water, somebody wants ice, somebody needs this person needs their pain medications. Like, it was really hard for me to kind of time manage and really cluster my care, and I feel like I'm starting to get better at doing that. I'm definitely still not 100% there, but I'm definitely feeling a lot better. Like, I'm actually able to start remembering, because like when I'm at work, I just feel like my brain runs like 100 miles an hour, and when like my brain goes so fast, it's so hard for me to concentrate, because I'm just trying to think of absolutely everything at once. So like I end up defeating the purpose and not being able to, you know, do the best that I can, because I'm trying to think of so many different things that like in reality it's defeating the purpose. I don't know if you guys understand what I'm saying, but that's just how I've been feeling. And this week I had 5 patients. It was a rough week. My first time with 5 patients, we ended up, I think, discharging. I started off with 4, and then I think we discharged 1, and then I admitted 2. I don't even know, because I feel like all my days are starting to kind of like mix together, but from what I remember, that's how my first day with 5 went. And then the second day with 5, I started off with 5, discharged 4, and got 3 new patients, admitted 3 whole new patients. And that was really, really, really rough, trying to get everything together. It's just, I don't know, it was just really hard. But yeah, so I don't know, I'm excited to be going to nights. I feel like the change in pace is going to be nice, because the thing that I feel is my biggest issue being a new grad and having so many patients and, you know, trying to handle so much, is that I really feel like I don't get to know my patients. Like, I don't really get to understand like their history and their surgeries, and you know, obviously like I don't know a lot about oncology patients. I don't know a lot about chemo drugs. Like, I know the very surface level of everything and about all these surgeries. There's so many different surgeries, so many different types of cancers, and I feel like I really want to get to know everything, and I just feel like I don't have the time when I'm so busy, you know. Like, I really don't have the time to really sit down and read everything in their chart. I don't have the time to be able to really put things together in my head, and I don't know, like I really don't know how to explain it. Like, I don't have time to look at 5 patients' history and physical, like their H&P, their admitting H&P. I don't have the time to kind of read everything and know absolutely everything about every patient, which drives me crazy, because like nursing school, that was like the biggest thing, was like knowing their history, their physical, being able to explain everything. And honestly, like in the hospital, it's just not realistic for you to know absolutely everything. And I want to get to the point where, you know, I hear that this patient's here for a pancreectomy, a gastrectomy, and this and that, whatever. And like, I can already start thinking in my head, okay, well, they're probably gonna start feeling this. They're probably gonna need, you know, pancreatic enzymes, since they don't have a pancreas anymore. They're probably gonna need this and this and this and this and this. They're probably gonna give them these medications and stuff like that. Like, I really want to be able to like really truly understand like deeper than just the surface. So like what I'm doing right now at work is kind of like getting report, and that's basically how I understand my patients, is basically off report. So if I get a bad report from like the previous nurse and like their history, then I really don't even have time to like get to know my patients, because like in the morning what I do, I have like a whole system now to be able to really time manage and like be able to like actually be able to like take care of patients in the morning, because like everybody has meds due at 8 and 9, and I have 5 patients, and it's like I have to go in and assess all of my 5 patients and make sure everybody's good, and it's just like a lot to do in such a short amount of time. So like I don't have time to look at the history. What I go and look at is I look at their morning labs, I look at their nursing orders, and then I write down their medications. So that's what I do for all 5 of my patients. I have an S-bar kind of sheet, like has like all the patient information on it. Look how cool this mask looks, by the way. As you can see, it's like drying off. I don't know if you guys can even take me serious while I'm talking with a mask. Here I am like half asleep trying to explain everything. My face can barely move. Oh, this mask just feels so cold and cool and refreshing. I feel like talking to you guys just woke me up. Like, this is great. I probably should have done this earlier, but so yeah, so I'm starting to really be able to understand, like, you know, and have a process of how I do my things and how I give my meds. I'm starting to really recognize a lot of the meds that I'm giving, which is awesome, because I told you guys this before, like every single time, no matter what I have, no matter like if I'm late on giving my meds, which drives me crazy, but you guys, like I end up giving meds probably late. I end up giving some meds late, like every day, because when you have 5 patients and all of them have 8 o'clock meds, it's not possible. Like I get report around 7:15, 7:20 we're done. I have to sit down, write down everybody's meds, write down everybody's vitals, write down everybody's orders, and then I have to go through and get everybody's meds. And like, you don't really understand how long it takes to give meds and assess people until you go in there, because then you go in there and they need water, you know, they need this, they need this, they need this. And like sometimes it takes you a while to like build rapport with patients, and I really like to get to know my patients. I know sometimes it's more throughout the day, but I feel like the morning and when you first get to meet them, like that's a really good time to like really spend time with them and really understand what's going on and how they are mentally, because you know, being in oncology, having cancer, some of our patients are newly diagnosed with cancer and they really need somebody, and right now, since they don't have family with them, like that time is very valuable and very special to them. So I really like to make sure and kind of see where they are with their diagnosis and stuff like that. But yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at right now. As with like discharges and admits, I'm still really, I feel like admissions are stressful, but I feel like I'm getting to the point where it's not taking me as long. Like I used to do an admission and it would take me absolutely forever to like ask all the questions and make sure that I got everything. Like if somebody has, you know, sleep apnea, like it's just so many different things that you have to do. Like the admission paperwork, not paperwork, the admission like checklist and stuff is so long. It's insane, and you have to make sure to like do everything. If not, like you're gonna be called out when you're charting that you missed, like let's say a suicide assessment, or you missed like a sleep apnea assessment or stuff like that. So like you have to make sure that everything is done, and charting is really important. Another thing that I'm really learning is starting to do patient notes. Like in nursing school you learn all the time, like do patient notes, do patient notes, do patient notes, but when you go to the hospital, like nurses are all so different that it's, I don't know, like you just don't have time. So like I'm starting to learn like good times to like make patient notes, and like when you call a doctor and the doctor takes an hour to respond to you, make a note about that. If you have a patient that's refusing to use the call light whenever they get out of bed, make a note about that, because if that patient falls, it's going to be on you, and they're going to say, well, why weren't you going in to help them? And if you have a note that says, you know, an hour ago patient refuses to call for assistance, like that kind of saves your butt, because it's basically saying like the patient chose to not call me when they needed help. So okay guys, I think my mask is completely dry. Look at that. I don't even know if you guys can see the detail, but oh, I just love it. You can see like all the darkness is oil, like, and you can see like all the dots where my pores are. Oh, it just feels so good. But it is completely dry, so I'm just gonna go ahead and wash this off, and I'll be back. Okay guys, so I just went ahead and washed off that face mask. My face feels nice and fresh and clean. Let's drink more water. We got 4 more hours to go. So next up, my skincare kind of changes, like the products that I use kind of changes as I go. Some days I use certain products, some days I don't, and I like to switch up. If you guys follow me on Instagram, I talk a lot about the Ordinary skincare products. I absolutely love them. Right now though, I'm completely out of them. But normally my favorite 2 products to go in after I wash my face at any time is usually these 2 products right here. And you probably can't really read them, but it's basically the Ordinary, the niacinamide 10% with zinc, and then the alpha arbutin. I don't really know how to say them, but I'm actually like out of both of them, and I think they're out of stock online, so whatever. So instead, I'm just gonna go in with my TEAMI Vitamin C Serum, and that is what it looks like. I know the lighting is kind of hard, and that's what that looks like. It is super, super cute. Just so you guys know, I do have a code with TEAMI, and I'll make sure to list it up here as well as down below. And just so you guys are aware, if you do use the code, I do get commission. So if you would like to directly support me, you can go ahead and use the code. If not, I'm sure there are a bunch of codes online if you're interested in using their products. But I do really enjoy using the mask specifically, is like an all-time favorite. And then this vitamin C serum is nice and fresh too to use. So another thing that I really wanted to talk to you guys about was that I am officially starting school this week. I am officially starting school this week, back up this week. I'm gonna be taking online classes. If you don't know, I did graduate with my associate's degree in nursing, so I have an ADN. So I'm finishing my bachelor's in December. So I'm starting my online RN to Bsn program, which would be starting on Tuesday. Yay, the week that I start nights. So I'm gonna be super, super busy and overwhelmed, but I mean, it's great. It's so great. I'm really excited to be starting school just because like I'm one step closer every day to finishing completely, and I'm the type of person where I would rather just finish it now. Like a lot of people that I work with that have their associates, they don't go back for their associates for years, and I just feel like I want to get it over and done with now. A lot of you guys asked me too about the RN to Bsn program and if it's going to be like really difficult and how I'm going to do it with work. From what I've heard, it's not very difficult. It's meant to be for nurses that are already nurses. It's meant to be like classes for people that are already working in nursing. That's why, you know, we already have our license. You know, it's not going to be like nursing school because we've already passed our NCLEX. It's more just going to be like research and doing essays and stuff like that. So yeah, so I'm going to be also starting that this week. I know a lot of you guys have been asking me when I'm going to start, and I know a lot of you guys want me to make videos about that, so I will as I begin. But it's been really overwhelming. There's just so much going on with work, and I don't know how I feel. I feel like I can't, like, I haven't really began to like truly understand what I'm doing. Like I mentioned this before on my last video that I kind of feel like I'm not living my life, like I'm living in like a dream, because I don't know, I feel like you finish nursing school and like you feel like that was the hard part, and then you start working, you're like, that was not the hard part, that was the easy part, and this is the hard part, and it's just unreal. Like I don't know, I just feel like I don't know when I'm gonna be comfortable at work. And I just don't understand how people do this like for so many years, because it's just so hard. And I mean, I get it that it gets easier and easier. I just feel like at this point it's such a long road before it gets easier. And I'm just being honest with you guys. Like I don't want you guys to think that I'm being negative or anything. Like I am really willing to put in work, and I'm a really hard worker, and I just feel like, I don't know, it's really hard. But I mean, I'm excited. Everything happens for a reason, you know, and I love my unit so much. I've talked about this before, and so many of you guys were sending me such sweet comments about me working in oncology and how much you guys love oncology. So many of you guys want to be oncology nurses, which is so freaking cool. Like I said, I never imagined being on this unit, but it's so cool that I'm here, and it's so cool that so many of you guys are going to be oncology nurses. And I might make like an oncology nurse Q&A if you guys have questions specifically to my unit. But yeah, so I don't know. I'm excited. I hope you guys enjoy like this vlogish kind of thing. I might start doing it more often. Maybe do like Q&As at night to like keep me up whenever I have to stay up all night. If you guys are interested, you know, definitely let me down below. It's not my usual like super happy, loud self because it's, you know, now 2:30 in the morning, so I can't be loud and all that. It's not like my bright lights and like my fancy camera or anything. It's kind of just more of like real me sitting down chatting with you about how I'm feeling and stuff. So yeah, I'm actually starting a class. I've been doing a class for school for tech. If you guys don't know, I am starting the Texas Tech RN to Bsn program, and it is all online. So there's this class that I had to take for my classes start on Tuesday, so I'm finishing that, and then I'm gonna be editing this vlog because, you know, I have all the time in the world for it. But yeah, I don't know. I think I'm just gonna leave you guys off with that because I think this video has already been pretty long. Let me know if you guys enjoy these types of videos, kind of more of like the sit down, not really vlog. I try to vlog, but I mean, living at home, it's kind of hard to like vlog because like I have my family at home with me and all I do is go to work and then come home. So there's not much of an interesting life there. Like I'm obviously saving for a wedding and saving for a car and saving for so many different things. Like I don't have like the funnest life ever. I'm basically in work mode all the time. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you like and subscribe if you did. It definitely helps me out a lot and it keeps you updated when I post. But thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.